Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another edition of Screencasts Online. Following on from part 1 of the ScreenFlow Foundations tutorial, this week I'll be taking another look at some of the other features in ScreenFlow 8. ScreenFlow 8 is a complete application for the recording, editing, exporting and publishing of screencasts. A screencast is just what you're watching now, a video of a screen capture and spoken narration explaining what's happening on screen. Screencasts are a fantastic way for you to capture and spread knowledge, whether it's for friends, family, colleagues, or even documenting processes or procedures for yourself. With many more features than the built-in screen recording mechanisms, ScreenFlow is the premier screencasting tool available for the Mac. So let's continue taking a look at ScreenFlow 8. So for this screencast, I'm continuing on from episode 815. So check that out. That covers the basics of ScreenFlow, and I'll be using the demo project that I set up during that screencast. Now, I did touch on using the timeline and working with clips in the previous screencast, but I'm just going to show you a few other features to do with working with clips and the timeline. Let's start by taking a look at action menu overlays. Now, I did refer to these in the previous show, and I prefer to have them switched off. If I select these clips here, you'll see at the beginning of the clip, there is no sort of icon in the bottom corner. If I go up to Preferences, I've got Hide Action Menu Overlay in Clips switched on, so they are hidden. If I just uncheck that, we'll close that back down. You'll see now as I hover over clips, you get this little Action Menu Overlay. Click on here. I can access the clip inspector, rename the clip, split it, replace the media, extract audio, add a freeze frame, which we'll come on to, lock and reverse the clips, and adding transitions, etc. To be honest, I tend to just prefer doing Control or right click and you get the same menu up. And I do find these a little bit distracting when they pop up. Where they might be useful is over here on transitions. So I can show the transition inspector. I can also select any of the transitions from here directly from the action menu overlay. But as I say, a personal preference, I prefer not to have them shown. So I'm going to hide that back again. I did show you in the previous episode how to trim clips. Another option with a clip selected, if you want to trim from the playhead, which is this red bar here, to the beginning of the clip, you can just press the W key and that will trim the clip. I'll do Command Z to bring that back, or just press the E key and that will trim to the end of the clip. Again, I tend not to use them very much, to be honest, but you need to know that they're available. And I'll bring that back with Command Z. Let's take a look at some of the other things you can do from the Edit menu. So we've got Undo, Redo, Trim, Enter to Scrubber. So these are just undo and redo commands. Cut, copy and paste. I'm going to come back to paste properties when we start looking at the inspector. Delete, select all, deselect all. And as you can see, lots of keyboard shortcuts. I really would suggest that you do make an effort to learn some of the common keyboard shortcuts. It pays lots of dividends when you're using a video editing application. Split clips we've already had a look at. You can replace the media if you want to, and it will retain the properties of the clip that you have selected. But let's have a quick look at these ones here. So add freeze frame. This is invaluable and I use adding freeze frame all the time. Shift Command F. I'll show you what it does. If we go to our example here, let's say that I have recorded this clip and I want to add some additional narration to the end, but I don't necessarily want to re-record my desktop because, well, perhaps nothing is changing. I just want to add some additional comments to this part of the screencast. What I can do is let's make a gap. And this is my video clip. So I want to freeze this frame really and talk over the frame. So if I just do Shift Command F, that adds a freeze frame and I can now go in and you'll see that I've got all this space to play with. Now I can add some additional narration here and still see something on screen. And I can grab this. There are no limits to how far it can be extended. I can reduce it, I can trim it as before. It's just really another video clip now contained within my project that I can narrate over. That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit screencastsonline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.